Hey guys, welcome into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy, with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank, here on a lovely Wednesday morning, Colorado time, June 18th. And today our topic, as you see on the board, is real-world assets on Swift and XRPL. Sorry, guys, I forget to silence that phone because it always wants to alert when we come on live about 5 seconds into the cast every time. I will remember. All right, here's the deal. Real-world assets coming on XRP Ledger. That's our topic for today. Let's go ahead and get to Caleb and Brown first, which is your one-stop concierge service for crypto brokerage, and they're very easy to use. They're very safe to use. I've been using them for over a year. You want to think about one-to-one backing, that they do not commingle your funds and take them and go invest somewhere else and lose their shirt and then say, oh, sorry, we can't give you your money back, like that FTX guy did, Sam Bankman-Fried. Ain't so free now. 24/7 concierge brokerage service. You get your personal broker 24/7. You really do. It's pretty cool. I mean, you know, when they're sleeping, you can't get them, but they're available via email. And they use Fireblocks custody, which is very safe. As you well know, institutional grade crypto custody. And when you want to pull your crypto off, you can pull your crypto off. And you can pull it off in large amounts, like $1 million or $2 million, you know? Because when you want to pull your stuff off, you want to pull your stuff off. Right? Right. And I'm not showing my screen, I think, again. Sorry, guys. Here's Caleb. We're going to get this thing down sooner or later. We're into our first, we may be into the teens now with these live casts. So, you know, maybe I should have learned by now, but we're getting there. I feel like when we get into the 20s, we'll be very slick and streamlined. But here is our screen share of Caleb and Brown. Like I said, one-to-one backing, 24/7 service. Say Fireblocks custody. You can pull your stuff off when you want to. You can pull what you want off when you want to. You know. Yeah. Anyway. We're having fun. I'm having fun. If you're not having fun, get the hell out of here. If you are, welcome in. That's how Frankie plays. Frankie the Crypto Tanky. We have 3.23 for a crypto market cap today, and we are dipping into fear a couple points at 48. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Well, we got a retrace, healthy retrace. I would say, based on what charts look like, 104. 425, although a nice little dip, though, heading towards 103. Ethereum, 2,505. You can tell I don't give a shit. Who cares? Who gives a shit about all this stuff? Stop being stupid. All right. This is where we start waking up in the episode. Sorry, I'm asleep for the first, couple minutes, and it's shameful. It's terrible because people get in, they're like, I'm not going to watch this guy. Oh, you going to watch me now? Well, you better watch me now. If you don't, get the fuck out of here. All right, see what I mean? It takes over. The creative element takes over, and Frank the Tank turns into Frank the Tank. It's kind of weird. It's like a possession. Nothing on the channel is ever for financial advice. You best tap that like and subscribe down below, bitches, because that is the value. Those are the value buttons. You better tap them value buttons, and if you ain't getting no value, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing here anyway? You know what I mean? So if you're on the channel, don't be a little creeper. Don't be getting value and just sitting there. Tap that like and subscribe now, child. Right? You better. All right, 14 cents for a Hedera hash graph. Never financial advice, but holy sheep shit. It's down fucking 18.24% on the week, bitches. What are you doing? You better not buy anything because of anything I say or do, or you better not buy, or you better buy. You better not ever do anything because of what we say with, with finances. That's what we say here on the channel. YouTube is never responsible for anything you're doing with your money, nor is this channel, nor is anything anybody on this channel, nor any other channels that are on YouTube, unless they say they're a financial advisor. We are saying we are not a financial advisor, and you better not take our financial advice, or you're a freaking jackass. There you go. There's our disclaimer. There is our legal disclaimer. But if you're not a jackass and you're cool at just checking out some crypto info with us and shit, then hang on the channel. And we love you either way. I mean, we don't care. You can still stay on the channel. You're still going to support us. We don't give a shit. We don't give a shit. It's really fun with this mic to make your voice high, especially when you got these on. I don't now, but it's so fun to do that. As annoying as it is to you all. Now, let's get to today's topic, which is real-world assets on the XRP Ledger. And before we do, Tanker, why don't you switch over to full screen for the folks? Hell yeah, baby. Boy, we're starting to get this thing down now. All right, let's get over to the notes. Now, real-world assets. What? First of all, real-world assets are tokenized instruments. They're the tokenization of real-world stuff. They're literally exactly what the fuck they say they are. They're real-world assets. That's it. On the ledger, on a blockchain, on a ledger. They don't have to be on the XRP ledger. I think VeChain's doing some real-world assets too, baby. Yeah. There are cryptocurrencies to research in our opinion on the channel that are very interesting and have very interesting things going on. What is VeChain? Remember, this channel's for education. We're not telling you to go buy VeChain. Yeah, one interesting project we feel on the channel is VeChain. And we've been looking at that and investigating VeChain. And if you look at Sunny Lu, former Louis Vuitton's CTO, Sunny Lu, out of China, and they're all good with China. It's hard to get good with China. Why did I just start talking like Trump? That was hilarious, dude. I started doing my Trump impersonation when I started saying China. Boy, gotta think about China. Yeah, that wasn't very good, but I have a good one I could do. Sorry, Don. Now here's the deal. When it comes to real-world assets, check out VeChain. Let's not sidetrack, Frankie. When it comes to real-world assets, staying on topic here, like Treasuries, you're basically, I'm looking at my notes here, and I'm thinking I want to rip apart my notes, and I don't want to say exactly what my notes said, what I put together here. But I will say, like U.S. Treasuries and real estate, money market funds, all that stuff, it's all going to go on blockchain. It's important to mention that. We're going to have AMMs, automated market makers, that are running the books for the markets, that are done now all clunkily. I think they're done with computers and such now for many years, and they're better. But they provide the liquidity to the market. So when you want to pull a $1 million sell order, is there $1 million on the other side for you to actually purchase? So it provides the liquidity for the market. These let you buy and sell and hold assets digitally 24/7 with faster settlement and lower fees. Now, I would want to know, and I do want to know, if I was you, if I were you, or was you, if I was you, right? You're singular, sorry. If I was you, sounds wrong, sounds incorrect. Why XRPL? Why? Why would you use the XRPL? That's what I want to know. That's what you should ask. It's got, first of all, the settlement time is crucial. The fees are crucial, obviously. So it's like, why would you want to use any ledger? Why would you want to use any blockchain? Super fucking fast and super fucking cheap. Super fucking fast, super fucking cheap. Say that fucking 5 times, super fucking fast, super fucking cheaply. Super fucking cheaply. Like that really fast guy who says the disclaimer back in those old 80s commercials with the glasses. He has the Guinness World record. I'm such an idiot trying to talk fast. I can never talk really quickly. I don't know why I can't. And keep it together. My brain is too dumb. Anyway, you got $20, $30, $50 fees on Swift, and everybody knows that. And when you're sending a wire transfer, most people know, if you've ever tried to do this, you're spending the money on the fee whether it fails or not. and it's failed on me before a couple of times, and I've had to pay twice. Sons of bitches. All right. Major real-world assets on the XRP Ledger. Cheers, Mike. I like to cheers my mic early in the morning. It's fun. Ondo Finance. Oh, geez. Oh, my neck. OUSG. Ondo Finance and what's happening with Ondo. Yeah, I think you guys are aware of BlackRock wanting to digitize gold through Ondo Finance on the XRPL. That announcement happened, what was that? It must have been about 7, maybe 8 months ago, 7 months ago, 6, maybe 6. Somewhere around there. Yeah, it was right around the Trump pump time. We have moths that fly around here and there. They're called Miller moths. They're not like the Johnson or the Smith moths. These are the Miller moths. And they established themselves here in these parts of Colorado and made a homestead here in our studios some time ago. But it's not the Jacksons or the Johnsons. It's the Millers, the Miller moths. Not funny, Frank. Launch date of June 11th for Ondo Finance. OUSG. OUSG Treasuries, which is tokenizing gold. Ondo's tokenized U.S. Treasury, OUSG on XRPL. That's not actually going to be tokenizing gold per se, or I think it can tokenize gold. I don't want to confuse you, so I don't want to say that if I'm not positive, and I will check on that info. But I'm pretty sure it's tokenizing gold. Well, it's tokenizing U.S. Treasuries, but I'm pretty sure we're also tokenizing gold. Anyway, somebody let me know in the comments what the deal is on that, and I will check for myself and find out. Qualified investors can mint and redeem OUSG if you're wondering how you can kind of interface with this thing and interoperate 24/7 using RLUSD, Ripple stablecoin RLUSD. So there's one use of RLUSD. I mean, another use really besides the obvious. But people are like, well, what are they going to use RLUSD for? Well, there you go. And then we also have scaling, 670 to 693 million in total supply. So it's one of the largest tokenized U.S. Treasury assets that exist. I did not know that. Competing with BlackRock and Franklin Templeton's. Okay, so BlackRock also is tokenizing treasuries. Tokenizing gold through Ondo. We know that too. Let's see. Oh yeah, real estate. I forgot. Yeah, real estate. So Real Token. RealFi, June 7th. It's called RealFi, June 7th, 2025, this year. Use case, tokenizing global real estate via XRP Ledger and capped at 100 million real tokens. It demonstrates XRPL's real estate tokenization capabilities. I know we're all aware of Proppy. I think it's Pro for the old little ticker. But we're all aware of Proppy. I think Tim Draper dropped like $100-something million into that deal. And real estate agents actually use Proppy, certified blockchain real estate agents. They're actually real estate agents that are certified blockchain capable, that have taken blockchain courses and understand how it works and how real estate works on blockchain. That's interesting in case you didn't know that. There have been real estate purchases on blockchain, very few. Thus far, it's a clunky thing, thus far still, but it has been done, it has been proven, and homes have been purchased with cryptocurrency via blockchain. And we're going to move on. So, VAULTRO Finance, Voltro Finance is pre-selling its on-chain S&P 500 index in its VLT actively. They're doing that actively on XRPL. Aha. That's quite interesting. Didn't realize that. I missed that one back when that happened. Rumors swirl about Guggenheim using tokenized commercial paper on XRPL. It's more than a rumor, folks. We covered that a little while ago, too. That's our opinion on the channel. It's never financial advice. We think that's more than a rumor, just like we think the whole Swift thing is more than a rumor. More than just talk. In other words, like, oh, yeah, we're talking about, No, we don't think so. We don't believe you. We think for obvious reasons you could not and would not tell us what you were doing behind the scenes. NDA exists for not just so that someone kind of can't steal your stuff or whatever, doesn't or agrees at the onset to not steal your stuff in writing. It's also for keep your mouth shut, because we can't tell everybody what we be doing yet with this whole thing, because it's groundbreaking. And if they knew now, you know the rest of the story, right? So NDAs exist, and you can't be talking. You can't be yapping about what's coming down the pike just yet until it comes down the pike. Just kidding. I was going to try it up there. All right, here's the deal. Swift's on-chain pivot. We've seen it coming. They've upgraded to ISO 20022, International Standard of Operations, messaging code, best practice messaging code, which digital banking will use to include more detailed rich messaging data. Instead of sending just like some kind of pigeon messenger or something, you're literally sending like this rich SMS, or like email data that has like attachments and stuff and all kinds of things. It's crazy shit. Money's never moved like this before. If you're not into this shit, you have no idea the change that is coming to our global monetary system. More poignantly, our global financial system, our global settlement system, if I would like to speak very poignantly and clearly and enunciate more properly, like my beloved Brian Brooks, and I am not making fun of him. I think he's fucking awesome. I love Brian Brooks. He's great. I got a man crush on Brian Brooks because of the way he speaks. But no, I am very heterosexual. Thank you very much. No questions asked. All right. Swift is upgrading to ISO 20022, enabling blockchain and token integration scheduled for November 2025 of this year. Now, there was talk of them pushing this back. They have pushed it back multiple times. They will not be pushing it back for this year, and we're aware of this now. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse projected that XRP would capture about 14% of Swift's market. We know we saw that in an interview recently. Who knows? Who knows? Crypto Superior X. Shout out to you, my brother. Over on YouTube. Check him out. I heard him in a video recently. Check his stuff out. He's really informative. This dude's on top of shit early. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. He's saying 20 to 30% or so. Never financial advice. Financial advice on the channel. I had said it'd be higher, more like 18, 20% or so, but it could be 30%. I don't know. Nobody knows. Focusing on liquidity rails is XRP and not just the messaging, because the messaging, of course, Swift's been doing. And now we have ISO 20022, the rich messaging data service that enables these digital assets to interact with each other and be used in our financial system now moving forward, bringing banking to the speed of UFO instead of clunky bullshit cargo plane with one prop that's puttering and barely works. Not two. Swift plans pilot transactions with digital assets in 2025. Well, I'm saying they've already been doing it. And don't listen to me on that one. On that piece, don't listen to me, but I think they've already been doing it. I don't think the way this thing's been going and where they are and where they need to be now, from what I'm seeing, they've been doing it. Come on. You need time to set these things up and do them. You can't just You're not just going to start doing this coming right up and, oh, yeah, no, and it works. And 2 days later, then you turn it on. No, I don't think so. You've been doing it. That's my opinion. That's just common sense. I mean, come on. Nothing happens fast in the banking industry. What this means, except for XRP now, what this means and why it's big, of course, is 24/7 markets. No after hours, asset trading continuously on the XRPL. We don't stop. There's no Friday night dilemma anymore. We're trying to get on a tap jet like Uber jets for these wealthy folks. And, they can't get on the jet because they can't make the payment and they can't go for the weekend. No, Friday night at, 7 o'clock at night, you're gone. You pay, you use crypto, and you're done. There's also huge scale potential with this. The tokenization projected to hit about 19 trill. That's according to, I don't know who. I mean, based on my research here, this is what I got from articles. This is what I got from chat. This is what I got from Googling. This is the best research I can do. I didn't go to the library. Sorry. So that it'll hit 19 trill by 2023. That's what they're saying. XRPL, what the fuck did I know? XRPL could be double that. Could be triple. XRPL is positioned to be a major infrastructure backbone in this whole thing, and Swift Energy is actually another thing to consider. Concerning ISO 20022 integration, it sets the stage for banks to combine messaging with blockchain-based statement, and it's not about replacing Swift. And we all know that Swift is Society for Worldwide Interfinancial Telecommunications, as we all know, and they're the messaging service that was created in 1974, which has been updated since then, trying to ramp it up and make it move faster and move money more quickly. But it still takes 3 to 5 days to move money, and it's expensive too. $20 to $30 for transfers abroad. And anyway, it's not about replacing Swift. They're too established. Okay, it's not going to happen. It's enhancing liquidity flows. What Swift wants, what we want, what everybody wants, what XRP is providing. This is their value proposition: is fucking liquidity. In markets, all that matters is liquidity. When you start to understand finance, you know that all that matters is fucking liquidity. That's it. It's a liquidity. Nothing happens without the grease, without the movement, the liquidity. We're trying to all play this big game, and it's like, here's why. And we're trying to play, and realized recently it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, oh, I get it. Yeah, of course, obviously. It's like, obviously. We're all trying to, we're all trying to play a game, right? You got two baseball teams out there to try and play a game. All of a sudden, oh my God, it gets so humid. Or let's just say that it starts pouring so badly that we're out there trying to play baseball and continue, and the fans are out there, and it's a working baseball game. And there's too much liquidity, but it's not liquidity because it's rain and we can't operate well. Like liquidity makes you like not. That was a weird example. That was wrong. Sorry about that effed up analogy. I tried to go there with it. Here's what it would be. Everybody's out on a baseball field. The aliens land. They freeze around the space around, or make it very slow like they do, taking over the mind, making it be the kind of like you can't move and stuff. That would be illiquidity, and you can't even like swing your baseball bat. All right. I had to go there to make the example because I started with baseball. What else was I going to use? That was awesome. Yeah, that would be illiquidity. No liquidity. We need liquidity in markets. It's all that matters. We can't do anything. We're all gunked up and all tied up. I can't think of the analogy, but we can't do jack shit. We're all trying to move money and play ball in the financial world, and everything basically comes to a halt without liquidity. There you go. Institutional momentum is another thing to consider. That was a terrible explanation. Please strike that from the record, but you can't because it's live on YouTube. Who cares? Heavyweights like Guggenheim, Ondo, and RealFI are turning XRPL into serious platforms. I'm going to start to end this. Yeah, this isn't just a speculative thing anymore. With cryptocurrencies, now we've taken this to a new spot now with crypto. We really have, the genie really is out of the bottle. The toothpaste is out of the tube, blah, 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 blah. There's no going back. You can't go back with what has been done already now. It is what it is, and chips will fall where they may. So we're going to jump back to some screen share, and we are going to see what we can glean, what we can find. By the way, do not forget, please, to check out Caleb and Brown, our one-stop concierge crypto service, where you get 24/7 crypto brokerage service, all at your convenience. You get one broker that works with you, and they really are excellent and responsive and knowledgeable, and help you through the process. I've been using them for over a year now, so we love them. Let's get back over to what we have for any other type of news today that I have not gleaned as of yet. And let's do the Google, and let's check out RWA on XR. Well, actually, let's do it on Swift. And let's do that, Swift. All right, let's see what AI has to say about RWA. And let's make sure that we are sharing our screen, and we are. All right, in the context of, here's what AI has to say about this. In the context of international finance, real-world asset on Swift typically refers to a ready, willing, able letter. That is wrong. What are you talking about? How funny. I mean, it's not wrong, but that's not what we're talking about. I never even knew that such a thing did exist. How funny. How about this? How funny. That's hilarious. Wow, that was very unexpected. That was cool and weird. Real world assets on Swift. Now, isn't this interesting? Swift, in collaboration with UBS Asset Management, UBS Financial, UBS Asset Management, and Chainlink is actively working on streamlining the movement of tokenized real-world assets through its network. This involves testing the settlement of tokenized fund subscriptions and redemptions on Swift's platform, which connects over 11,500 financial institutions, which we're well aware of, across 200 countries. Yep. The goal is to enable seamless and secure transfer of tokenized assets, potentially using CBDCs, tokenized commercial bank money, or stablecoins, and it'll be stablecoins for sure, alongside the existing fiat payment systems. Now, here's a more detailed explanation from AI. Okay. I'm curious, because then there's also this, which we can see here. Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. Real-world assets, bonds, commodities, currencies, and real estate custodied by financial institutions. Tokenized real-world assets, tokenized on a blockchain and verified by Chainlink proof of reserve as well. Real-world assets in DeFi, tradable across DeFi for deeper liquidity, faster settlement, and across new markets. So we have bonds, commodities, currencies, and real estate, These are the real-world assets. And here's the tokenization on blockchain, certified Chainlink proof of reserve here, and then using Chainlink in this instance. And then here were real-world assets actually converted onto DeFi, tradable across DeFi for deeper liquidity, faster settlement, and across new markets, right? Super fast. All right. So what they're saying is on Chainlink, and that's very interesting, this piece here. Let's get back to it. The process is known as tokenization, aims to improve accessibility, liquidity, and transparency of these assets. Swift's role. In this, SWIFT, the global financial messaging system, is working to integrate tokenized assets into its existing infrastructure. This means allowing institutions to transfer and settle tokenized assets alongside traditional financial transactions. Pilot projects. SWIFT has been conducting pilot projects, including one with UBS. We're aware of UBS. Asset management and chain, who isn't one of the largest players on the planet, and Chainlink to test the settlement and tokenized fund subscriptions and redemptions on its network. Interoperability, a key focus is on, by the way, never financial advice. Let's see. Got myself some Chainlink way in the hell back. Where did I get the old Chainlinkers? Where do we buy a Linky? Where is Link? And why can't I use my computer? Why is it so blessed slow? Oh yeah, Chainlink. Purchased back here. Chainlinky. Where did I get it? Back here. Back here, Chainlinky. Did not sell chain here. Did not sell. Did not sell. Did not sell. Never financial advice on the channel. Held, did not sell. Held, did not sell. All through that $52.88 all-time high, according to CoinMarketCap, which actually we know is never really correct, but did not sell there. Never financial advice. Held, and then bought the shit ton out of it here again. And so here we are now with Linker. Gonna probably do about $150 chain link look coming up in a few years. Could be more. We already know what Chainlink is doing. Never financial advice. Donald Trump purchased, of course, a ton of Chainlink. We saw that. At least the Trump family. I think it was Mr. President himself. I'm not sure though. Never financial advice on the channel. You might want to think about these things way back in time before they take place. Be a patient sumbitch. Take your emotions out of it. And when it goes down, just go ahead and maybe think about, oh, I wonder what would happen. I wonder what would happen if I didn't listen to everybody. Never financial advice. What I do when shit goes down is I get more. Because it's a fire sale. It's so interesting how investing for the average lemming, I love you guys, for the average lemming retail investor who's not been in it very long and doesn't really get it. The light bulb never really went off the way it does for institutional investors. There's some key rules you follow. One is no emotion whatsoever. But anyway, once the light bulb goes off, you're like, holy shit, wow. This actually can be done, right? Never financial advice on the channel. Now, me, when Chainlink goes down, I buy more. All right. Anyway, future potential. First, let's get the key focus on enabling interoperability, which is the key thing with an interledger protocol for XRPL, and also something like Chainlink that exists in the world, creating the interoperability and the interfacing between various blockchains of the world, because that's what it will be. It is never going to be one blockchain to rule them all. It will be an interoperability between multiple blockchains. Chains. It's an N, Frank. Chains, sorry. All right, key focus on enabling interoperability between different blockchain networks and traditional financial systems. It includes exploring how to connect tokenized assets settlements with the corresponding banking payment transfers on SWIFT's network. Okay, and also we're concerned about future potential. Always long-term vision is to facilitate the seamless movement of tokenized assets, potentially including CBDCs and other digital currencies within the global financial system. This could revolutionize how financial transactions are conducted, offering greater efficiency, transparency, and accessibility. We love efficiency, transparency, and accessibility. We love those three things. Liquidity, really, I guess, could be accessibility, but if you don't include liquidity, what the fuck you doing? Because the crucial point is liquidity, or else it just can't operate. I'm curious. 5 projects to watch as of June 13th. Swift X, it's called. This little platform, this little station here. real-world assets. Key takeaways: real-world assets are assets that are represented on blockchains through a process called tokenization. Don't forget the channel's for beginners, so I'm just going to kind of step back and revisit. Sorry if it's boring for the more advanced folks. The RWA sector has one of the largest narratives of this bull market, largely due to the nature of the early adopters, example, major banks, and its far-reaching potential. Virtually any asset, whether it is physical, financial, or intangible, can become an RWA, a real-world asset, through its tokenization process. And today, the vast majority of real-world assets are tokenized versions of cash and cash equivalents, like a stablecoin. Ondo Finance, Chainlink, Pendle, and Maker are among the leading RWA projects. Understanding real-world assets. They're assets that are represented on blockchains. This is achieved through a process called tokenization, where blockchain-based smart contracts are leveraged to create digital tokens that represent ownership or rights associated with the underlying asset. Virtually any asset can become an RWA through this tokenized process. Can a person be RWA'd? I don't know. It's kind of creepy. Virtually any asset. All right. The nature of these assets can be physical, example, real estate, fine art, precious metals, a human being, perhaps. I don't know. Financial, example, equities, corporate bonds, fiat currencies, or intangible, intellectual properties, insurance. To date, the vast majority of RWAs, did you guys know that even intellectual property, insurance, and everything else, intangibles are also included? Because we say real-world assets and we say we're saying real-world assets, we would be including equities, corporate bonds, right, fiat currencies. But yeah, and we're like, oh yeah, well, certainly real estate, right? It's a real-world asset. All right. Yeah, what about people? And what about intangibles, like intellectual property and insurance? Interesting. Contracts and things. All right, to date, the vast majority of RWA activity has centered around financial assets, with the largest ones being USD-backed stablecoins, USDC, USDT, for example, and commodity-backed stablecoins, Tether Gold, as well as tokenized U.S. Treasuries and other cash equivalents. BlackRock's BUIDL fund is an example. Interesting little chart we have here. There's OUSG sitting right up there. This is BUIDL. And there's our USDY that we just saw yesterday, T-bill. Okay, that's interesting. Growth in tokenization U.S. Treasury since Jan 1, 2023 is what that chart is. Okay, relative to legacy systems, we're going to go on this. I'm gleaning some interesting things here. I mean, a lot of it we already know. I feel this is good shit for the beginner, though, because it really just keeps it basic and it keeps some education going, some information going on the topic that's easy to digest, so people can take this to the end here, because we're about ready to be done. Relative to legacy systems, the key benefits of RWAs are as follows. You got cost-saving smart contracts, you got greater transparency with public blockchains, and you got enhanced market efficiency. Certain RWAs can be traded 24/7 all the way around the world, to the accessibility piece. So this is all coming, and we expected it. We know about it. We're already aware. We know that what's going on with our main topic for today, which we had beat to death earlier, what's going on with SWIFT, what's going on with RWAs, what's going on with the connection between XRPL, and that we're likely going to see the tokenization of everything in probably a decade or so. Real world assets tokenized, and who knows? Who knows what the future brings? But we hope that you folks, if you got your value, tap that like and subscribe down below our value buttons. And join us in here tomorrow morning between kind of like 5:30 and 6 a.m. I'll be getting on early. And don't forget to check also our crypto concierge service, which you know is Caleb and Brown. And you can check them out and see if you would like to join their crypto brokerage service, which gives you a personal crypto broker. It's pretty awesome. And yeah, I am telling you folks that we are going to be good for the day. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a lovely day, and we're going to enjoy it here in Colorado. We will see you tomorrow morning on the stream live at about 6 a.m. Until next time, Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank.